Hey, can you hurry up and bring that car around? We are all still waiting for you outside, and we don't have all day to be doing this.
I'm sorry for the wait, but right now I'm getting myself ready to go. I didn't think all of you would be outside the house waiting for me to come get you already.
Huh? You've only just started getting yourself ready now? What does that mean? Did you end up sleeping in or something like that? Seriously? I cannot believe you do something like this on a day like today. I spent all this time and money getting everything set up for the family, and this is how you're going to treat it?
Well, it's just that I was told we'd be leaving at 9 a.m. today.
Are you trying to say that it's my fault that you're running late right now to pick us up? We're going on vacation, and you think we'd want to leave at 9? That's way too late. The plan was for us to all leave here at 7 a.m. And that's because we'll have a plane to catch soon, and I don't want us to be late. But it's all because of you now that our plans are going to be pushed back for the day. And we might not even make it in time for this plane. Gosh dang it!
I'll hurry myself up and get all my things ready to go. Just give me like 10 more minutes and I'll be right down there with the car.
Well, it doesn't matter now. We'll take the car now and go ahead of you to the airport. You really are a useless woman, aren't you, Sarah? You're like a middle schooler at this point, not even waking up in time for any of the morning plans we've set.
But I made sure to check with you all again and again about the time. And you always told me that the plan was to leave at 9 a.m. today. So you can't just expect me to know all about this being at 7 a.m. when you were telling me 9 a.m.
I never said anything like that to you. And even if I did say that time, 9 a.m. is far too late for us, and you should have known we'd want to leave sooner. Don't tell me that you stayed up really late again last night drawing pictures again.
Then tell me why you didn't wake me up sooner if you thought I'd accidentally sleep in.
Are you seriously still in middle school or something? You're going to start blaming us for not waking you up this morning now? Someone who would have had to start using that as an excuse is totally lame, and I can't stop laughing about it.
But you came into my room this morning and took a coat from out of my room, right? I wanted to know what was going on that early in the morning, but you never said anything to me.
And so what that I came and took a coat from there? It's cold at this time of morning, and since we are out here waiting for you, I thought I'd borrow it.
So you just chose not to wake me up then when you saw me still sleeping there? All just so you could blame me now for something that is literally not my fault? It's weird of you to not wake me up when you were getting that coat out of the room and you saw me there. I seriously don't understand the mentality you have.
Ugh, you're really getting annoying. If you really have all this time to just sit on your phone pointing your finger at me, then you should be using that time to get ready. We're going to head out ahead of you now since you're late. If you're late to the plane, then we're going to leave you here, all right?
Ugh, all right then.
Hey, do you think you'll make it here in time?
I'm in a taxi right now heading to the airport, so I think I'll be there in time to board the plane with you guys. If not, can you tell the gate agent to just hold on a little longer for me to get there? At the very latest, I'll be ready to get on like 10 minutes before they plan to close the doors.
Jesus. I'm pissed at you right now for not being awake with the rest of us, so you better get your butt here on time. Sleeping in for 2 hours like that was completely stupid of you, you know that? We had all been planning on this vacation for weeks, and you decide today was the best day to get that beauty sleep?
And I was told by your sister that we'd be leaving the house at 9 a.m. today. And this morning when she came into the room, she didn't even bother to wake me up when she saw me still sleeping. She did that just so that she could blame me for all this. I'm telling you, this is just another time where she's messing with me too much.
What? No matter how hard you try to make her look bad, she'd never do anything like that to you. I'm sure that to just the average person, Andrea could seem like a little much, but she's not a jerk. Are you sure you're not just overthinking things?
It's not just that she looks a little too much on some people. She's actually acting like a crazy person at times when around me. Have you not seen the way she's been treating me for a while now, Gage?
Andrea just happens to be a little strict is all. She has no plans to make you feel bad about yourself or anything like that, I promise. She just happens to be a bit much for people, and it takes getting used to that kind of awkwardness from her. You can understand that, right?
Her awkwardness? She's not awkward about any of the things she does to me. If she was in some way just a little bit odd about things, I'd understand that. But she will literally tell me to my face at times that what she and your mom are doing is on purpose. I guess she really is winning this fight to make me look like I'm the bad guy here when all you can say is she's a little awkward and strict.
It's over with now. Now stop groveling about it and get on with life.
You think I'm groveling now? I have no idea why you're saying that about your own wife. Why am I the one paying off the loan for this house when everyone in the house is just going to look down on me and blame me for everything she does? It's not just your sister, Gage, but your mom who loves to pick on me and make me feel insignificant too.
I'm sorry about that. She just happens to choose the wrong wording at times. But listen, both my sister and my mom don't know a thing about you paying off that loan of the house for us. I bet if they knew about it, they'd never treat you the way you think they are.
Well, then I'm going to tell those two that I am the one paying for this house. I've had enough of those two constantly picking on me like I'm nothing to this family of yours.
No, hold on a second there. I'm asking you to please keep that a secret from me. Right now, they all believe that this house was bought by me and is being paid for by me as well. I don't want to disappoint either one of those two by saying that you're the one who's been paying for the place. You should understand where I'm coming from, right?
Then why do you bring up that point about them treating me horribly because they don't know? Like I should tell them if I don't want to be treated poorly? Do you have any idea what's going on here? You want me to stay quiet about that now because you don't want to be made fun of by them, all at the cost of having me picked on? I can't believe you, Gage. Why can't you just live with the fact that you're not the one making enough to buy a house? Who cares if they get disappointed in you for learning about that?
You've got it all wrong. If I told them that I lost my job and I'm not working right now, there'd be hell to pay. You already know yourself that those two can be rude and mean about things like that, right? The way things are right now are best for me. So please don't say a thing about the house loan. All right?
You really only seem to care about how you feel and nobody else now, huh? Don't you freaking forget that I could tell them the truth at any point, okay? And then you'd be in the doghouse way more often than I'm forced to be in it.
You threaten me like that? What has gotten into you, Sarah? Do you really think you can just threaten your own husband like that?
Well, I have to, as it's the only option I have left to try and protect myself from your mom and sister tormenting me. I can't deal with this kind of crap anymore from them when I'm the one paying for this house. You think I like giving up a lot of my money to this house when I can't even live in it comfortably?
All right. I'll let you know the right timing for when I can talk to them about all of this. So, for the time being, let's just enjoy this vacation and we'll handle all after this, okay? How does that sound? I'll do my best to make sure they don't mess with you anymore on this trip.
Ugh. We'll see how that goes. Because you always say things like this, but then always side with them in the end.
Well, I promise that on this trip, I will be on your side and make sure they don't pick on you. So please don't tell them any of that needless stuff about you in the house. Please?
Fine. This is a promise from you then, right? I'm going to make sure that you protect me like you're saying.
All right, you can leave my mom and Andrea to me.
Andrea? Where have you guys all gone? I feel that I've lost sight of you guys, and I'm not sure where to go. Do you want me to go wait out by the buses for you guys, or what?
Ah, that's right. I totally didn't tell you anything about this. This vacation is a family vacation. So since you're just a stranger to us, you'll have to be on your own.
What? What do you mean by all of that exactly?
I'm saying that this vacation is just for the family now, so you're not a part of it anymore. You aren't related to us by blood, right? So you're just a complete stranger then. None of us want some stranger on this family vacation with us.
Wait, hold it right there. If that was going to be the case, then why did you not tell me about this before getting on the plane with all of you?
Oh? Who was the one that slept in this morning and came to the airport late with us?
Yeah, but when I got on the plane with all of you, we sat right next to one another. Why are you only telling me things like this right now? You're just going to leave me by myself now in a place I have no idea about?
Well, the whole time we were on that plane, all you did was draw pictures and crap, right? I mean, that's totally embarrassing for me. You're not a 5-year-old anymore, right? So I didn't want anyone on the plane seeing me talk to someone like you. They might have thought I was your helper or something, right? Also, it doesn't matter if I told you or not about this, because I never reserved a room for you. So, there's no way of you trying to come after us to the hotel.
So from the start, you'd been planning on doing something as horrific as this to me?
Well, of course I have been. Because I was only in charge of planning the family vacation. That's no reason for me to have to worry about you being a part of it, even if you're married to Gage.
Why do you have to take things this far to show me that you hate me?
I don't hate you, Sarah. It's just that I only think of you as a complete stranger. And it's not only that you're just some stranger, but you're a freaking parasite too.
A parasite? I'm the parasite?
Well, I'm not wrong, am I? You're not even working a job on your own right now, and that's why you had to come to that new house with my brother. He was even the one to buy the house, so you've really done nothing and gained all sorts of things from him, haven't you? The only thing I think I've seen you do is the chores, but even then you suck at them. So to me, you're nothing more than a slimy parasite.
I am working a job right now, though, a full-time job at that. I just happen to work from home a lot of the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm not earning enough money to take care of myself.
Is that so? Sitting there on your laptop all day long doing nothing? Such hard work you're doing. Then why don't you go back to that house and keep on working while we enjoy this vacation? Maybe you can save up some of your own money then, and come back out here in time to get your own hotel room.
Ugh, this is just hell now.
The only thing that's hell about all of this is having to deal with you all the time. You really thought you'd be able to come on this family vacation with us as a stranger? You have no hotel to stay at right now, so you'd better get yourself a ticket back home and stay there.
Yeah, I'm going to do that then.
We're not bringing any gifts back for you either. So grab what you can at the airport before you go.
Hey, Sarah. This is not what it looks like, so please just listen to me. I told them I was totally against what they did to you, but my sister was persistent in making you go home.
How long have you known about this plan of hers?
Hey, I didn't know that her plan was to just leave you at the airport and have us go to the hotel without you. That's why when we started to leave without you, I tried stopping her. I'm being serious right now.
You're really freaking out right now, aren't you? I'm sure you're only this worked up now because you're afraid I'll tell them the truth about the house.
I'm really sorry about everything that's happened to you on this trip, Sarah. Even I can see that what she's done to you was taking things way too far. I really tried with all my might to get her to stop doing things like that to you. But even Mom was on board with leaving you at the airport and not having a room for you.
You made a promise to me that you'd stop them from doing all of this to me, right? But look where we are now. I can't trust you anymore, Gage. To be honest, you were probably getting a kick out of this yourself, right?
Why would I ever be happy about you being treated like that? I'm telling you, I try my best to stop them. Hey! Please don't do anything you'll make me regret. Please!
Go ahead and enjoy that whole vacation you're on with them.
Hey!
Excuse you? What the hell is going on here, you? We just got back to our house, and as we walked in, there were other people living in it.
That's right. I forgot to tell you that I sold that house.
You sold it? Wait, how could you be able to sell this house on your own? And wait, why the hell are there strangers already living in it?
I just happened to have some friends who wanted a new house, and I so happened to be listing one. We've actually been talking about this for a long time now. I had already spoken with them about how the day after we left on that vacation, they could send a moving company over to clean it out for us.
I have no idea what you're even talking about right now. What the hell is the situation we're in? First, explain to me why you think you have the right to sell the house like that.
Well, I have a right to because that house was my house.
Huh?
Both you and your mom didn't know anything about it, of course, but the one paying $3,000 a month for that house was me.
No, the one paying for that house was Gage, right? And the house was a present my mom and I got from Gage.
Nope. That wasn't any of Gage's doing, I'm afraid. I was the one paying for the house, and my name was on that house since I started paying the loan on it. So naturally, I had the right to sell that place to whoever, whenever I wanted.
Wait, then how the hell were you paying $3,000 a month for the place? There's no way you could pay that much when you barely work.
I am a freelance illustrator. And about 1.5 years ago, I won an amazing award for my work. Ever since being given that award, I've been asked to do loads of work for many companies, and that's what led to me being able to afford such things.
Is that right? So is that why you always wasted all your time drawing pictures like a 5-year-old? And wait, the fact that there were already other people living in this house after you only just sold it is way too fast, right?
And that's why I said to you that for a long time now, this has all been in talks between my friends and I. While you were planning out that trip for the family, I thought that timing would be the perfect chance to get the house sold. There wouldn't be any of you losers in the way, and I could get the house over to them while moving all our stuff out. And thankfully, my friends were huge helpers doing all of this. From buying the house to helping us all move out in time for them to move in before you all got home.
So, you're telling me that you had planned this all out even before you knew about the vacation?
Well, I just assumed that since it was a family vacation, you wouldn't invite me to come along with you all. But had you wanted me to actually come along, then I'd just fake being sick or something just before so that I could stay home. However, I never expected you to take things one step further by making a plan to not even have a hotel room for me and to just leave me at the airport.
Why would you take things this far?
That's because you and your family are all just horrible and toxic people, and I could not take living with you all anymore. And I thought the best way to give you all a taste of your own medicine would be by selling the house while you were all gone and then leaving you guys.
What the hell? No matter how you look at it, what you've done has gone way too far.
I wanted for this to be way over the top because that's what all you idiots deserve. After all, I'm just giving you guys a taste of what you've done to me, right?
Then what happened to all our things? Where is all our furniture and things?
Ah, and I was just getting to that. I rented out a storage unit and put all your things in there. I plan to give all that back to you guys when you're ready to go get it. But you should know that a lot of that furniture was stuff I bought, so it's coming with me.
Tell me then. Why did my brother lie to us about being the one to buy the house and everything all by himself? Everything you've said to me thus far has been all over the place, and I can't accept any of it. This has to be a stupid prank by him, right?
Stop trying to avoid the reality of your situation, Andrea. I'm sure if you just put your mind to it, you could think up the reason for why Gage lied to you. He's a big baby and is afraid of either one of you getting mad at him. And that brat is actually unemployed at the moment. Are you surprised by that?
Huh?
Not only could he not afford the house, but he couldn't even pay for the electricity or gas to the place, or even his own food. Right when he was trying to show off to your mom by saying he'd give her a new house, he was fired by his job. He didn't want to tell either of you about it, so he made me buy that place.
No way. That right there is obviously a lie. If that were really the case, that would mean he's been without a job for over 6 months now, right?
And he has been without a job for over 6 months. Go ahead and ask him yourself to hear about it. He's the #1 parasite in your family, by the way.
What the hell is going on?
Sarah, you went and told her, didn't you? Because of that, they're going to kick me out of the family. Why the hell have you done this to me?
I didn't do anything to make them kick you out of their family. I just told your sister the truth is all.
Are you sure you're really fine with what's happening here? You just told her that you sold that house without our permission and left? No matter what my mom and sister were doing to you, you've gone way too far.
Mom and sister? It wasn't just those two that I hated so much, but you as well, Gage. I'm finally going to be able to get rid of this cruddy husband with a divorce.
Huh? You planning to divorce me now?
Well, of course. Who the hell would want to make you their husband? I've been planning on all of this for a long time now and had to wait and wait and wait for the right moment. I've already got myself a lawyer to handle the divorce for me. So if you really want to try and fight this divorce, we can take this whole ordeal to court.
Hold on, can you just chill out for me? You could have at least given me some kind of a chance first. You still can.
I gave you plenty of chances already, Gage. I came to you over and over again to talk about how your mom and sister would bully me, right? But instead of ever taking what I was saying to you seriously, you'd go and take their side in the matter. A husband like that? I don't need one.
I wasn't siding with him all those times, though. I told you that I myself was in a tough spot and couldn't do anything for you. I know how those two jerks are, so...
So you're going to continue to use an excuse like that for it, all because you don't care for me as much as yourself? Goodbye forever. You can talk with my lawyer from now on about anything you have concerns about.
You freaking bastard!
What are you trying to do now, Andrea? Breaking and entering isn't a very light crime, you know? That house is no longer your guys' place to live, so just accept that.
Shut the frick up. The place is our house, whether anyone likes it or not. I'm not going to just accept my house being sold in a week and not having a place to live.
If you don't really like being kicked out of that house, then maybe you can think about how I never really liked being kicked out of the family vacation last minute.
I was never doing any of that to you out of hate, though. It's just that you and I didn't get along very often, and you're not my type.
Even Gage said something like that to me. About how your personality is just a little awkward and how you can be strict at times.
Ah, that's right. We totally got rid of Gage and kicked him out of the family. We told him we didn't want a man in our family that makes his wife work and pay for the whole house, and that's why he's gone now. He doesn't have a job or any money right now, so he's probably on the street somewhere begging. How's that? You should be a little happy to hear about something like that happening to him, right?
When you say I should be happy about something like that, what do you mean?
Well, look, we got rid of the problem for you, so now we don't have to fight like this anymore, right? We need your help now. We're going to have to go to court now for breaking and entering into that house.
Things are not over for you both just yet, though, even if my husband has met his end. I need to make sure you both get a taste of hell before I feel happy about what I've had to go through.
Wait a second. If my mom and I don't have somewhere to live, then what are we going to do? And if we have to pay fines and settlements now as well, then I can't even imagine what will happen then.
Perfect. This is what I want to see from you and your mom. The two of you crying for help from me or anyone else, but never getting it in the end. You actually think I'll help the two of you out now after everything?
You're a demon. How much further do you plan to rot? Right now, my mom and I are having to live in a homeless shelter. We barely have the money to pay for anything, so please, do you not feel sorry for any of this?
Your family are the only ones who have rotted to the core. And I don't feel sorry for a second of this top-notch entertainment I'm getting from you. Now tell me, Andrea, why did you hate me so much that you even took me on a trip where you planned to leave me with no hotel room?
I told you it's because you were a gosh dang parasite. Had I known that you were the one paying for the house, I would have never been so mean towards you. I'm serious. It's all my brother's fault for all of this after he decided to lie.
Well, you have a good point there. Well then, what do you want me to do for you both?
I want to borrow some money from you. Soon both my mom and I will be taken to court and sued for breaking into that house. Also, we're not going to be able to stay at this homeless shelter for much longer. If we can't do anything, we might have no chance against the justice system.
Is that so? Well, there is always this thing called a job that you can do to earn some of that money you so greatly need.
Hey! Help us! Please!
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to give up trying to get my help. I don't have it in me anymore to help out parasites like you guys. After that, both Andrea and her mom were taken to court by the people whose house they broke into, and were forced to pay fines and settlements to them in the city. They also had to find a hotel to live in for a while because the shelter house kicked them both out. And now their debt began to only grow bigger. Because of all that was going on, Andrea wasn't able to keep up with any work, and she was never able to help pay off any of that debt. A few months later, and those two are still living on the streets now, and have not changed their ways at all in order to find work or a home. And just as I thought they were starting to get a hold on things, they both vanished from this town for good. I am so happy to say that they both deserved what they got. When it comes to Gage, we had that divorce and it went over really well for myself. And as of right now, he's in a completely different city living on his own. The last thing I heard is that he found himself a job or something out there, and that he had no choice but to move closer to it because that was the only place he could find. I've now been able to get myself a new partner, and my work as an illustrator has only brought me more money, reminding me just how much better life is when you don't have parasites latched onto you. Even when telling my partner about what was going on with my ex-husband and his family, he'll smile at me and say I did the right thing pushing them all away. I think someday I'm going to make an illustration of that toxic family. And maybe it'll be a huge hit that I can make even more money off of. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
How much longer are you going to keep me waiting, Alana? At this rate, I'll be 6 feet under by the time you give me grandchildren like I told you to. You have disappointed me to no end. Do you know that? What kind of a woman can't have one single baby? Honestly, I have a hard time even calling you a woman anymore. You're just a useless sack of meat, that's all you are. And to think we've allowed you the honor of living with us. How can you even bear with the shame of being such a disappointment to your mother and father-in-law?
Well, I guess this means you heard the news.
You got that right. My husband told me all about it. You went and lost another baby, didn't you? That poor baby. It had the misfortune of being placed into your God-forsaken womb. It's all your fault, by the way. You're either eating too much or too little, exercising too much or too little, or working too much or too little. If you could manage to live a healthy, well-balanced lifestyle, you wouldn't keep murdering all the babies you conceive.
I really wish I knew why this keeps happening to me. I know you're disappointed, and I am too, but I'm not giving up yet. Me and Ray are determined to have children, so we're going to keep trying. I know it's hard to wait, but wait and hope is all we can do.
I've done so much waiting that I've completely run out of hope. Meanwhile, what have I gained from it? Just more and more years of my life waiting for grandchildren that never come. And what about you, The older you get, the lower your chances are of ever having a baby. Not to mention the risk of your babies having issues skyrockets. What are you going to do if you finally give birth to a child that's grotesque and deformed?
I'd like to think that I would love that child with all of my heart because they're my child. I'm also not too comfortable with using words like grotesque to describe my baby, even if hypothetically.
Well, someone has to give you a dose of reality. You can hardly even get pregnant at all, and every child you do conceive doesn't even last to the second trimester. You're damaged goods, there's no other way to put it. My daughter, however, there's a real woman. She's fantastic, perfect in every way. She got pregnant practically the very moment that she got married.
Oh, is that right? I hadn't heard. Tell her I said congratulations.
I don't think I will, actually. It wouldn't mean anything coming from you. You should see the pictures she gave me from her last checkup. The baby just keeps growing and growing and growing. Both mother and child are doing superbly.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I don't think I can handle this conversation any longer. I just found out today that I had another miscarriage, and it's all I can do to hold myself together right now. Could you please leave me alone for a while?
Who do you think you are, telling me what to do? The reason you're struggling so much is that deep down you know that it's all your fault. I'll bet you were bringing home a different man every night of the week until you met my son. I mean, you're a high school dropout. All you types are good at is breeding, crime, and receiving welfare. It seems clear to me that you're now receiving the comeuppance for your loose morals.
That isn't true. I did not fool around like that. I've never received any welfare either. I worked hard to get where I am today.
Oh, yes. Well, let's talk about where we are today, shall we? You're barren, dried up, infertile, useless. A woman's job is to have babies. That's what we're made for. And you can't even do the bare minimum of what it means to be a woman. What does that make you, Harriet? What reason do you have for living anyway?
Being your son's wife, for starters.
You know, I hate to admit it, but you're right. That imbecile son of mine dropped out of high school just like you did. So, yes, you're absolutely perfect for each other, a couple of useless idiots. Why do I even bother with you two? There's nothing in it for me. And you know what? I think it's time we put an end to this farce. You've disappointed me for the last time, Alana.
I don't understand.
I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and now my mind is made up. I want to live with my daughter and her husband, not with you.
All right, so are you going to move?
What? Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're the ones who are moving, not us.
Wait, we're moving? What are you talking about?
Note to self, don't bother talking to high school dropouts. They don't even understand the English language. I'll use small words so you'll be sure to understand. You and Ray are going to move out of this house, and my daughter and her husband are going to move in. And I've already discussed the plan with my daughter, so it's a done deal. Don't bother objecting. You don't have any right to refuse.
This is awfully sudden. Have you talked to Ray about this yet?
No, I've already wasted enough time talking to one high school dropout today. You can tell him yourself. Oh, and one more thing. My daughter's going to have a lot of expenses coming up. Just the hospital bill for the birth will likely be several $1,000s. You and Ray don't have to worry about leaving money behind for anyone, so you can give the lion's share of your income to her. We'll start with $3,000 a month and see how things go.
You can't honestly expect us to do that.
It's up to you, Alana. You could always pay the whole amount by yourself every month. That would prove your worth, wouldn't it? If a high school dropout like you can earn $3,000 a month, maybe I'll take back some of the things I've said about you.
I shouldn't have to pay you money just to get you to stop belittling me. There's no way I would ever agree to do that. Why in the world would I pay a single cent to a sister-in-law who I don't even live with? After all, she's not a high school dropout, is she? She's more than capable of working to earn her own money.
Shut up, you insolent little girl. You married into this family. You knew what you were getting into. I am your mother-in-law, and what I say is the law.
You have no right to demand I move out.
Shut your mouth and get packing this instant.
This is unbelievable. I won't stand for this.
Hey, Alana. I am really sorry I couldn't answer the phone when you were calling me. I was in a meeting, so I had my phone turned off. I had no idea you were calling. I listened to your voicemail, though. This is just absolutely insane. I can't believe all of this is happening while I'm at work. Where are you right now? Are you doing okay? Your voice was trembling in your message. You seemed like you were really upset. Which, considering the circumstances, I can totally understand.
Hey, Ray, thanks for getting back to me. I'm better now, thanks. It took a while, but I managed to calm down. I'm really sorry to bother you while you're so busy at work. It's just, I was so shocked and confused by everything that the only thing I could think to do after your mom texted me was to call you. I bet it was just as surprising for you as it was for me.
You don't need to be worried about me at all. I'm fine. You're the one that I'm the most concerned about. I'm so sorry about my mom being the way that she is. If I would have just been more assertive with her, maybe she wouldn't be so harsh on you all the time.
I don't blame you at all, Ray. I'm sorry if that's how I came off, but that's not the case at all. It's just, well, she came at me talking about the baby again. I asked her as nicely as I could to drop the issue, that I wasn't in a place where I could talk about it right now. But then she just got even angrier at me and told me to pack up and move out. So I did.
Yeah, I know, and that's all right with me. Let's get the hell out of here, Alana. You and me. We'll move far away where she can't bother us anymore.
You mean you really do want to move?
Yeah, I've had all that I can take of this. I'm sorry I didn't make this decision sooner, honestly. It must have been terrible for you to deal with living with my mom for this long. It's just that I'm the oldest son of the family, so when my dad asked me what I thought about the four of us living together, I just went along with it. But now that I've seen the way that my mom is gonna treat my wife, I've known ever since I was a kid that she was on the strict side, but this is simply crossing the line. I can't stand to watch her bullying you anymore. You've put up with it for long enough. The thing is, I don't even think my mom knows I know what she's doing to you. She always puts on a good act while me and Dad are around, but the second that we leave the room, she starts right into criticizing you about every little thing. God, I don't know why I wasn't more straightforward in dealing with this. We minimized the time you two were alone together, and I was always talking to Dad about how great a wife you were while Mom was in earshot. I thought that would be enough, but I was so wrong.
It's okay, Ray. I know. You were doing the best that you could to protect me from your mom in your own way. I could have done more to be assertive with her myself. But with her being my mother-in-law and all, I guess I sort of figured that this was the way it was going to be. So I resigned myself to dealing with her harassment and held on to hope that one day she would come around and we could have a normal relationship. But now I can see that day is never going to come.
Those are my thoughts exactly. That's why I think the best thing we can do is to get as far away from her as we can. Fortunately for me, I have a job that I don't need to be in the office for, so we can move somewhere with better weather and a lower cost of living. That way we can finally live in peace together, and I'll be able to focus more on my work, too. I know you've got a lot of pent-up stress from the time that we've been living together with them, and you deserve a break, and a permanent one at that. And since Mom has conveniently kicked us out of the house, this seems like the best opportunity we could ask for. Let's get out of here tonight!
Ray, are you sure about this?
Of course I am! I've never been more sure about anything, other than the day I asked you to be my wife. You can leave all of the details to me. I'll handle everything. All you need to do is relax. Get a hotel room for us, take a nice bath, watch some TV, order some room service. You've got all the essentials packed up with you, right?
Yeah, I have all our valuables, clothes, everything is packed up.
Then it's settled. Once you get a room, let me know where. I'll get us 2 plane tickets for the first flight tomorrow morning.
Sounds great.
Well. I have to admit I never thought it would be this easy to get rid of the two of you. I wonder what you failures are up to right now. I'll bet that useless woman of yours is curled up in a ball, crying her eyes out and pretending like she's not responsible for everything.
We're on vacation right now, Mom. We're far too busy enjoying ourselves to waste any time or energy dealing with you. What do you want with me anyway? If you have something to say, then say it. If you don't want to live with us anymore, that's fine. You're welcome to move out of the house whenever you'd like.
That's some awfully big talk coming from you. After all, we're the ones who allowed you the privilege of living with us all this time. Did you think we'd let you leech off us for the rest of your life?
Excuse me? Who's leeching off who now? You're the ones who are living in my house. I'm the one who bought that house. My name is on the deed. So if anything, you and Dad are the ones who are leeching off me. You know what's big talk? Trying to kick someone out of their own house like you did to me and Alana last night.
What? No, that's ridiculous. Stop these silly lies at once. This is your father's house, not yours. He's the one who pays for everything. How dare you try to claim credit for that?
I don't know what to tell you, Mom. You're just plain wrong. I have no idea where you got the idea that Dad's the one who bought the house. We're an old-fashioned family with old-fashioned values, and I don't have any opposition to that in principle. That's why I decided that as your oldest son, letting you live with us would be a good way to honor the two of you for bringing me into this world. But that was before I saw the way you were treating Alana. I've changed my mind.
That can't be true. Oh, I get it. You must have borrowed the money to buy the house from your father.
Nope. Wrong again. I haven't borrowed 1 single cent from you or Dad. The house is mine, plain and simple, so you don't have any right to kick us out.
I had no idea. Well, in any case, you're leaving, aren't you? That's fine. You can simply sign the deed over to your father and I. I think that would be a fitting way to repay you for everything we've done for you all your life. Really, anything less than giving up the house would be a disgraceful act of betrayal.
Exactly what have you done for us, Mom? Can you name a single thing? I don't even think you've washed a single dish or cooked a single meal in all the time you've lived with us. You just verbally abused Alana while she did everything.
All I was doing was telling her how to be a better housekeeper. I mean, that woman can't do anything right. She can't even keep a baby alive inside of her for more than a month or two. I'll bet you regret marrying her every single time you see her face.
Don't you dare insult my wife like that! My God, you are such a thick-headed old hag! What do I have to do to get you to stop insulting my wife?
What did you just call me? You can't talk to me that way. I'm your mother. I thought you couldn't disappoint me any more than the day you dropped out of high school. But now I see that your stupidity, insolence, and lack of respect truly knows no bounds. I think marrying that stupid girl has only made you even dumber than you already were.
You can call me stupid as much as you like, Mom. I've heard it all already. You can't hurt me anymore. But I am not going to allow you to insult Alana anymore. Did you even know that her dad died back when she was just a kid? Her mom had to raise her and her sister all by herself. Alana willingly dropped out of high school in order to work so the family would have enough money to live on and her little sister would be able to go to college. You were fortunate enough to be born into a moderately wealthy family, so you were free to go to any college you wanted. And if going to college was what turned you into the vile, narcissistic monster you are now, then I'm glad I dropped out of high school.
Ugh, and there it is, sour grapes. You're too stupid to get a college degree, so you cling to any excuse you can find to convince yourself you don't want one. If you want my advice, just stop talking about the subject altogether. Every single word you say only makes you look dumber.
You don't like living with an idiot like me, huh? Well, then how's about you get out of that idiot's house? This is your warning. You're not welcome there anymore. I am officially ordering you to vacate the premises immediately.
That's adorable. You think you can tell me what to do? Well, too bad. I'm having a jolly old time here with your sister and her husband. The two of you can go and find a comfortable cardboard box to sleep in for all I care.
Right. Enjoy living there while you can. It's not gonna last much longer.
Hey, what's going on, Alana? When are you going to send $3,000 you owe me for this month? I have bills to pay, you know. You want to know when I'm going to send it? Okay, here's your answer. Never. Like, did you actually expect that I was just gonna do what you say? Of course you have to do as I say. I'm your mother-in-law. What I say is law, remember? I don't have a job, so how am I supposed to pay for everything I need without the money I demanded from you? Oh my God, this is rich. You actually thought I was gonna do it. And even better, you thought that telling me that you're unemployed was going to make me more likely to give you money? If you want some help paying your bills this month, here's some free advice for you. Get a job, you lazy old bag. You snotty little upstart, you can't talk to me that way. I deigned to allow you to marry my idiot son. Don't you feel any gratitude to me at all? Let me see. Nope, none at all. You haven't even done a single thing for me that I should be grateful for. And to top it all off, you told me to get out of my own house. As far as I'm concerned, that right there was a declaration of war. We're not family anymore. That is not for you to decide. As long as you're married to my son, you must do as I say. And another thing, what's this nonsense someone from the sheriff's office gave me today? Something about a writ of possession? Didn't the sheriff explain what it meant when he gave it to you? It's simple. Ray told you to get out of the house, didn't he? And yet here you are, 4 weeks later, still living in his house. So he decided to take the legal remedies against you that are available to him. This was the first step in the eviction process. Nonsense! Absolute nonsense! This is my house! And just what gives him the right to make that claim, Just so you know, we have a lawyer who's taking care of everything for us. If you don't comply with the writ of possession, then we'll just have to escalate our case against you. But Oh, but you can't do that.
We can, actually, and your daughter and her husband are cool with it. I was planning on heading back there soon to talk to them about it, but they were surprisingly quick to agree to leave when I talked to them.
So you're the only person who's being difficult. Wait, they've already agreed to leave? They haven't said anything about that to me.
Your daughter's husband is quite a reasonable guy. I told him all about how you kicked me out of my own house to let them live there, then tried to extort me for $3,000 a month. It seems that he was under the impression that they were just going to be staying with you for a week or so. Then a week turned into 2 weeks, then into a whole month. Then he finally discovered that they were moving in with you. He wasn't very happy to be deceived like that. Plus, he was absolutely stunned by how lazy you were and how little you helped out around the house. If they didn't tell you anything, it's probably because he's just been avoiding talking to you. He's already told your daughter that they're moving out, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Is that why he seemed so distant these last few weeks? I thought he was just being childish about the whole thing.
By the whole thing, you mean you and your daughter lying to him, right? Oh, and speaking of lies, let's think back to the day of our wedding. You were working the reception desk, and you took the liberty of taking all the cards containing money for safekeeping. Whatever happened to that money?
Well...
Oh, don't bother, I already know. You gambled it all away.
Hold on, this doesn't make any sense. How? How did you know about that?
What do you think I am, Harriet? A 5-year-old? You said you were going to hold on to it for safekeeping, and that was the last we ever heard of it. We were obviously going to get suspicious about where all that money went at some point. Plus, why would we need you to keep it safe for us anyway? We had a locked box there at the reception table for people to put it in. Oh, and as long as we're on the topic of you taking other people's money, we also went ahead and told your husband about how you spent all of Ray's savings, too.
What? There's no way. There is no possible way you could know about that. I never even told Ray.
Yeah, neither of us ever knew about a savings account in Ray's name until your husband told us about it. He asked us what we ended up doing with that money, at which point I turned to Ray, only to see a shocked expression on his face. Your husband had no idea about all the money being gone, so that means you must have used it all yourself. You started out by putting money in there regularly for his birthday, Christmas, and other special occasions. But then one day, all of a sudden, you started making some large withdrawals. That was when you started gambling, wasn't it?
Tell me what's going on right now! How did you know about all the money I took out?
Don't you know how banks work? It's Ray's account, so obviously he has the right to view a simple transaction history. That's how we know exactly how much was in there and how much you took out.
I haven't done anything wrong. I'm the one who put that money in there in the first place. I had every right to use it how I pleased.
Really, Harriet, it's all right. You don't need to embarrass yourself by trying to justify what you did. Ray isn't even all that broken up about it. He never even knew that money existed in the first place, so he doesn't feel like he lost anything. And besides, that's not even the real reason I'm angry at you. Do you remember why Ray dropped out of high school?
What? Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden?
For as long as I've known you, you've been constantly looking down on the two of us for being high school dropouts. You even did some of the most childish name-calling I've ever heard from someone as old as you. If you want to mock me, that's fine, but not Ray. The entire reason he dropped out of high school was because your husband got injured and lost his job. He didn't even think twice about sacrificing his own future in order to ensure that the family's needs were met, and so his little sister could follow her college dreams. So he dropped out of high school and started working.
Oh, I suppose he did. But he's a man, isn't he? That's what men are supposed to do, work to support their family.
Wow, isn't that something? You have an incredible ability to invent the worst excuses possible for your bad behavior out of thin air. You can't believe that it's a man's role to work for the family and use that to justify making Ray work in your husband's place. Or you can believe that high school dropouts are all morons and use that as justification to mock and demean your son for dropping out. You can't have it both ways, though. Plus, aren't you forgetting another able-bodied person in your household?
You mean my daughter?
I mean you idiot. You could have at least gotten a part-time job. That, plus your husband's disability benefits, should have been more than enough to allow Ray to finish high school and go on to college. Not to mention all the money that Ray had in his bank account. If you had given him that money instead of using it on yourself, he would have been able to go to college with no problem.
Why are you so determined to dredge up all these matters that are over and done with anyway? Can't we move on and think about the future?
Oh, don't worry, we're getting there. You never told any of this to your daughter either, and your husband was opposed to your decision not to work at the start. But then, wouldn't you know it, you came down with a severe depression and couldn't work. One that was never properly diagnosed, by the way. You made that all up, didn't you?
You can't prove I made it up.
Then can you show me an official diagnosis?
I lost it years ago and I'm better now.
I see. So you still won't fess up, huh? Well, I think you'll have a much harder time dodging responsibility once our lawyer comes after you. He's very good, I should warn you. Once we give him the go-ahead, he'll swoop in on you like a hawk. We'll get all the information we need to crush you in no time. You have no chance against us in court, unless you can somehow hire yourself a lawyer as good as ours. But you don't really have that kind of money, do you?
I'll be fine. All I need to do is ask my husband for the money and I'll hire a lawyer better than yours.
Oh, Harriet, you poor thing. You still don't get it, do you? Your husband knows everything now. He's not going to take your side. Actually, he apologized to Ray for not catching on to you sooner. Even if your daughter has had a massive change of heart, once she found out that Ray sacrificed his own dreams in order to support her, she rushed right over to thank him for everything and apologize for not treating him better. We're having a little family conference right now.
What? Right now?
That's right. Pretty good timing, isn't it? I knew you'd be going to the casino today, so I called everyone over here to have a little chat about you. I was hoping to get everyone in the family to choose whose side they would take before going any further. And do you know how many of them said they were going to side with you? 0. Not one single person. I was planning on filling you in on the results of our meeting at a later date, but since you went out of your way to text me, I thought I might as well let you know right now.
You mean you knew I was at the casino?
Yes, and I'm guessing that you're most likely standing in front of their ATM machine right now. You were just about to withdraw the money you assumed I would send you to hit the tables, but instead saw a big fat 0. That's why you texted me, isn't it? You're so transparent. As for why I know you're at the casino, we hired the best lawyer around, who just so happens to know the best private detective around. He told us all about your typical schedule, including when you go and do your gambling. If you'll just wait there a moment, the family and I are heading inside to talk to you right now. Just do us a favor and don't try and run. It'll only delay the inevitable. When we all went inside, Harriet was making a mad dash to the restroom. However, one of the casino security guards got to her before we did. It seems as though she wasn't coming to gamble today. She was coming to pay off her gambling debts. That's why she was so desperate to get her hands on my money. The guard was kind enough to let us have first dibs at her, though, and did us the favor of allowing us to use their conference room free of charge. My father-in-law didn't even have to say a single word to her for her to crack. All he needed to do was stand there and stare at her, his face beet red with shame and anger. Harriet immediately dropped to her knees and started begging us for forgiveness. Seeing such an old woman so desperate like that was pretty hard to watch, but at the same time, it was super satisfying. Now that she knew the truth about her brother, Ray's sister's attitudes towards us changed completely, and we have a pretty good relationship now. She and her husband both said they don't want anything to do with Harriet anymore. As for me and Ray, cutting ties with Harriet has brought a new sense of peace to our lives. Without the stress of dealing with Harriet's constant abuse, I was able to get pregnant soon afterward. I'm several months into my pregnancy, and the baby is growing healthy and strong. Naturally, Harriet was divorced by her husband and had to start a new life on her own. Couple that with her gambling debts, and that means she has to do the one thing she's been doing her best to avoid for all her life: work. It doesn't seem like her college degree is helping her out, though. She gets interviews, but once they see what a terrible person she is, they transition right into, actually, the position has already been filled. Hey, Jill, are you there? I just wanted to know about your fiancé. Is he okay? Are you really sure that that's the man you want to marry? Because I happened to see him in his work clothes, and he looks just horrible. He looked so disgusting and nasty like that I couldn't even say a word to him. I just ran right in the other direction instead. But I was like, wow, is that actually the guy who Jill is going to marry? I just really couldn't believe my eyes at all when I saw that was him. It really blew me away, to be honest. Hey, Maria, I guess that means that you were just over at my house not that long ago? I'm really sorry that we didn't notice that you were nearby at all, and I guess I'm sorry that you felt like it wasn't a good time to try and talk to either of us. But it's okay, you don't have to worry about anything. And yes, that might have been my fiancé, so thanks for noticing. Noticing? No. I think that you aren't understanding what I'm trying to say. I mean, are you seriously going to marry that guy? Because to be honest with you, the thought of him joining the family just makes me sick. That's why I didn't bother to say anything. I didn't even want to be caught talking to a guy that looked like that. Do you understand me? I'm sorry. I'm really not sure that I'm following along with what you're trying to get at here. If you were saying that you saw me with a guy who was wearing kind of dirty work clothes, then yeah, that was most likely my husband. Although I really hope that you weren't just avoiding talking to us because he was in his work clothes. I mean, with the kind of work he does, he just gets his hands dirty. But what does that have to do with him joining our family? Oh, come on. You're not seriously going to marry that guy, though, right? I mean, you get that if you two get married, then he's going to be a part of our family, right? And I just mean, do you really want our family to be associated with kind of greasy, dirty factory worker? I just think that you're really missing the big picture with all of this, you know? Wait a second. I think that I'm still not quite following. You think that my husband is an employee at some factory somewhere? Because if you really want to know, he does a really important job that has a lot of value, really. And besides, important job or not, I really don't think that it's fair to judge someone just because they work with their hands or in a factory. Well, that just goes to show how little you know about these kinds of things. Of course we should judge these kinds of people. Don't you know that guys like him don't have a single ounce of brains in their heads? You really should not get with that guy. He's going to cause nothing but trouble for you and this family. Don't you see that? Now hold on just one second. I really don't think that you're in a place to be saying that at all. Besides, I'm actually really, really proud of Eric and all that he does. I mean, you do know that not everyone can be an engineer like him, right? I just really don't think that you should be looking down on someone just because you don't like or understand the kind of work that they do. And more than that, the point of it all is that I really do like him. So I would appreciate if you could keep opinions like that to yourself. Man, you really just don't know how people work at all, do you? And just who do you think you are to get so high and mighty on me, huh? I mean, it's not like I don't understand the feelings you have of wanting to defend your fiancé and all, but I just hope you can recognize that I'm saying all of this for your own benefit as well. So let me tell you again, right now, that marrying a dirty little grease monkey like him is not going to be good for you or the family at all, okay? Honestly, just give it a rest already, would you, Maria? This is really just getting ridiculous at this point. At the end of the day, I am going to marry whoever it is that I want to marry. Do you get that? I really appreciate that you think that you're looking out for me, but this is really none of your business, okay? Oh, I get it now. You're one of those people who thinks that they fall in love and then just lose sight of everything else around them. That's what's going on here, isn't it? But this just goes to show how little you actually know. I mean, I'll warn you now that if you marry that Eric guy, that we are never, ever going to talk to you again. We? And how do you mean by we? Who is this we that cares at all about who it is that I choose to marry? Besides, the only other person I can assume that you're including in that would be my brother. Is that who you're talking about? That's right. Of course I'm talking about your brother and I. You should know that your brother is just as against this marriage of yours as I am. Did you really think that he would support you in something like this anyways?
You do know that your brother works for a huge company and has a great job, right? He's been working all his life and climbing up the corporate ladder like his life depended on it. So I hope you didn't actually think that he was ever going to be okay with you getting together with some horrible little factory worker like Eric. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It wouldn't work at all. I know that my brother works really hard, and I really respect all that he's been able to achieve with his life. And of course I know that he's worked hard to get to where he's at, but I don't think that determines the value of the person themselves. And more than anything, I don't think it matters where you are in life or how much you've been able to accomplish. I still don't think that it's okay to look down on one another. Oh, yeah, sure, whatever you say. Of course, someone like you would think that, wouldn't you? But I guess I can see that it's pointless to try and even have this conversation with you. But anyways, now that I've said all I've had to say on the matter of your fiancé, I guess I'm satisfied at trying to do my part for you. Right, well, I just hope that you're not so opposed to the two of us getting married that you'd miss our wedding. After all, we still really want to see you there. It would really mean a lot to us both. Oh, don't worry, of course your brother and I will be there. I mean, we are family after all. We basically have to be at the wedding, or else then people would really start to ask some questions, wouldn't they? But of course, you should know that if you really are going to go through with marrying this lowly little factory worker, that we're not going to be holding back our criticism of the marriage the entire time. I see. Well, I suppose that I won't be able to control what either of you say about the two of us getting married, but it is going to happen all the same. But I really am trying to tell you now that my fiancé isn't the kind of factory worker that you think he is. I really think that you would do well to get to know him just a little better. Oh my gosh, why even bring something like this up again after we've just gone and said everything? I have told you that I already know the truth about him. If you're embarrassed to be marrying a guy like that, I can't blame you, but don't lie about it. But don't you worry. I just want to let you know that I still haven't given up hope that before the actual day of the wedding, that you'll come to your senses and break off this whole silly thing. And I'm telling you that this is just not going to happen. I really am trying to just clear up what is an obvious misunderstanding that we've been having. But I'm glad to hear that you'll be at our wedding at least, so keep your eye out for the wedding invitations.
Hello, Jill, are you there? I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about something. You see, I heard from Maria that you were going to be marrying some kind of factory worker or something. I really don't want to get into a fight about this, but I just had a long conversation about this with my daughter. I really do think it's best if you just call this whole thing off.
I'm sorry, but you are Maria's father, aren't you? I have your name as Jeremy in my phone. I think it's been quite some time since the two of us last spoke to each other. Although, if I can be frank with you, I really don't think that who I marry is any of your business at all.
What in the world are you talking about? Do you really think that's true? This wedding concerns my daughter, and that means that it is, in fact, very much my business.
I see. Well, I've heard a bit about you from Maria herself. You're some kind of a politician, right? Is that what this is about then? You're concerned about protecting your image or something, and you don't want a factory worker in the family?
More than that, I'm a father who cares about his daughter's reputation. And besides, just why is a girl like you marrying someone like this Eric fellow to begin with? I just really thought you would have better taste in men. Don't you think someone like him is quite a ways below you?
I don't really see why I should be having this conversation with the father of my brother's wife. But if I love someone and they love me, then why shouldn't we get married? And besides, I think you should know that your daughter is very mistaken about this. I've tried to correct her, but she just wouldn't listen. So maybe you will listen to me when I tell you that my fiancé Eric is not just some factory worker or anything like that.
I don't know about any of that. But my daughter says that she saw him in a set of dirty work clothes. And so all I'm saying is, if the shoe fits, there really shouldn't be much a debate over it. Please, think about your other relatives. Think about the family that you're connected through by marriage. I mean, you know that I won't be able to let you get away with this, right?
What do families completely separate from my own have to do with my decision about who I should marry? I mean, again, you were the father of my brother's wife. I think that you're really overstepping your bounds telling me who I can marry. I'm going to marry whoever I want, and I won't be letting people boss me around on the subject.
If you're really going to be acting this way, then I'm going to have to repeat myself once more, okay? If this has to do with my daughter, then it has to do with me, okay? And since she is your sister-in-law, whoever it is you choose to marry is going to have consequences for her, just like it is for everyone around you. I mean, you do realize that that means Maria's children and eventually going to have to call that lowlife that you want to marry their uncle, don't you? And if it got out to the press about who was actually in my family after the two of you get married, well, surely you can see the kind of trouble that might make for me.
I really don't think that it has anything to do with you or Maria. I can't even see how this marriage could possibly have any effect on your image. I think that you might have just a slightly overinflated sense of importance.
Jill, please, I know that you can be more reasonable than this. I mean, you said so yourself. You already know that I'm a politician, don't you? And you know that means my entire career is based all around the way I'm perceived by the public, right? My public image creates trust with the people I'm elected to serve, and their judgment on me carries a lot of weight, especially around voting season. So I can't have nasty rumors being started about me that can be tied back to less than savory people who happen to be part of my family through no choice of my own.
I see. So basically what you're saying to me is that I shouldn't be getting married to the man that I love more than anything? And the reason for that is because you think it might not be convenient for you at the voting booth? I'm sorry, but I just don't buy into that kind of cold, heartless calculus.
I really don't get what you're not understanding about what I'm trying to tell you here. But in my world, who you get married to is very, very important, okay? But then again, maybe I'm misreading the situation. I thought that you were marrying so far beneath you. But if you're marrying a lowlife like this Eric guy, then maybe that's just a reflection of who you are.
Excuse me? And just what in the world is that supposed to mean, huh? That is such a rude thing to say to someone.
Hey now, it isn't my fault if you hate hearing what other people are going to have to say about your marriage. But if you're going to marry this guy, then I think you'd better start getting used to it. Either that, or you could wake up from this ridiculous fantasy world that you've been living in and do me the favor of kicking this guy to the curb. I mean, I think I know how I can make this work. How about you just name a price and I'll deliver it? It'll be no questions asked, just as simple as that. Does that sound good to you?
Hold on just a second. Are you trying to bribe me into canceling my engagement with my fiancé?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. But come on, you and I both know that money is what makes this world go spinning around, right? Besides, what's the big deal? Sure, you'll lose this guy who you say you love or whatever, but you have to think about all that you'll have to gain. Besides, you're still young and there are plenty of other men out there. I'm sure that you'll be able to find someone new and much more well off than this Eric guy. And if you've already put some money down on engagement plans, then I'll be sure to comp you for those too. So come on, just name a price and let's get this whole thing sorted so that we both can move on with our lives, happy about what we've done.
This is just sick. I really have half a mind to throw up. I mean, what in the world would make you think that this is an okay way to act? You think that just because you're some politician that everyone needs to bend their will to whatever it is you want? Or is this how all of you work?
If you think this is the first time that I'm hearing some young punk who knows nothing about the real world try to tell me about what I do every day, you're very wrong. And besides, this isn't just about politics. This is how the real world works. I pay you whatever you want. You take the money and do what I say, and then we're both happy. I don't see how this isn't a win-win for everyone, you know? Besides, you're not going to turn down a blank check, right? You know, in all my days, I've never once had someone turn down an offer like that.
Well then, I guess there really is a first time for everything. Allow me to be the first to say that I don't want your money, I won't be stopping my wedding, and nothing you say is going to change my mind.
I see. Well then, that really is most unfortunate. But I just want to let you know that the choice that you've made here today is going to have serious consequences for you in the future, all right? And don't come crying to me when you realize just how badly you screwed up in your own life. I'm giving you a chance to see things right before it's too late, but I won't offer this again. But at least I should be able to sleep soundly knowing that we're quite a distance apart in terms of our actual relationship to each other, so this shouldn't be too painful for me.
Look, I get that you and people in your crowd might look down on the kind of people who work in factories and make the things that we use every day. But then who are you to judge those people while not caring at all that your daughter is just a housewife who doesn't contribute anything to society? Why don't you hold your own daughter to the same high standards of employment that you're holding my fiancé to?
You really don't know about how the world works, do you? It's not just about the job they have. My daughter can be a housewife all she wants because she's a married woman. I don't care if that's what she wants to do with her life, because that's exactly what someone in her position is expected to do. Besides, your brother makes more than enough to take care of them both. But what are you going to do, married to some bottom feeder barely making minimum wage, huh? You think that's going to be easy on either of you? I know that you think that things are going well for you both as they stand now, but it's going to cause serious problems in your future. Let me tell you that much right now.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing that I never had any intention of quitting my job in the first place, isn't it?
Oh, you poor deluded little thing. You just don't get it at all. You do know what Maria and your brother are doing this weekend, don't you? They're getting to spend time together at an amazing hot springs resort. And do you want to know why? It's because your brother is a somebody with a real job who's actually able to take care of his wife. A good husband with a wife who works isn't a good husband. Do you understand? Then again, I suppose you really don't understand at all. If you did understand, then you and I wouldn't be having this conversation in the first place.
Again, none of that has anything to do with me at all. If my brother wants to spend time with his wife in a hot springs resort, then more power to them. You don't see me trying to tell them how to live their lives.
You know, Maria actually told me a rather funny story the other day that I think you might be interested to hear. She was bragging to me about how your brother makes them so much money that they don't even know how to spend it all.
Is this your new plan? You're just going to brag about how much money my brother, not your daughter, mind you, my brother makes? I guess that politicians really are good at trying to twist words to reflect a reality that only they can see. Anyways, if this is all that we're going to be talking about, then I really don't have time for this. I've got a wedding to plan for. Wow, I can't believe that after all this time, you're still just going to ignore all of our warnings and still get married to this total loser. But I just want to know if you liked our gift. We spent a long time thinking about what you might like us to get you. What are you talking about? Is that your idea of a gift? That was totally uncalled for. You just threw raw eggs all over my husband in his tuxedo on our wedding day, no less. What is the matter with you, Maria? Well, that's so much less than you deserve, if you ask me. This is what you both deserve. Besides, I thought you've said that your husband always has some kind of mess on his clothes, right? So I think it's only fitting that on the day he has to wear a tux, he does so covered in eggs. You have seriously taken this whole thing way too far. You need to come back here and apologize to us right now. Apologize? Me? And just who in the world should I be apologizing to, huh? Why do you think that someone like me should have to do that for anyone?
You get back here and apologize to Eric right now. Do you have any idea at all what you've done? You know, I knew that you had a few loose screws in the head for a while, but I didn't think that you'd go and do something like this. Well, now I want a divorce from you, Maria. I want to split up with you right now.
Wait, hold on. You want a divorce? I thought I was talking to Jill. Am I actually talking to... Honey? Oh, I don't understand. Is this just Jill pretending? Are you pretending to be your brother right now? Is that what's going on?
No, I was talking to my sister when I saw that you were messaging her. And she saw how angry and upset I was with you and asked if I wouldn't like to talk to you right now. And you really need to get back here right now and apologize to both of these people this instant. Do you understand me?
But I don't understand. Is this real? Mike, am I really talking to you right now? This doesn't make any sense at all. You're not actually upset at me just for throwing a few eggs at that silly-looking groom, right? You know that he's a nobody, right? Why are you so angry?
Honestly, I can't believe that you're going to make me explain this to you. And how many times has my sister tried to explain to you? Eric is not a factory worker. He's not some bottom feeder like you call him. You have no idea what you're talking about at all.
But oh, come on, of course he is. He really is a nobody, just look at him. Don't you remember that I told you that I saw him in his work clothes? He's at the bottom of the food chain.
I know that you saw him like that, but that doesn't mean that that's what his job is. In fact, you know that he doesn't work for the factory. He owns it.
Wait, hold on. I don't know what you mean by that. This doesn't make any sense at all. What do you mean that he owns the factory? Why would the factory owner be dressed up like one of the employees on the ground floor?
It's because he likes to get his hands dirty and work on the site, not just sit up in an office overlooking everyone.
What is that supposed to mean? Why in the world would someone do that? That doesn't make any sense in the slightest.
Of course it does. And he does it because he's a great boss. Not only that, but his whole staff love him for it. And more than anything, it's because he has the experience to be able to do any job in his entire factory as well as manage it.
But well, come on. Surely there's no way that you're actually this upset about it, right? I can just apologize to him and we can clear this whole thing up, can't we? I really don't think that there's any need for you to be getting so worked up about this, Mike. We can solve this. It'll be fine.
I can't believe that you actually think that we'll be able to get out of what you've done. I mean, why would you even do something like that in the first place? I don't care if your dad is a politician. You should have known better than to act like that in the first place. Besides, how could you not have recognized Eric from some of the events that your dad has gone to? Do you know how well connected he is?
Wait a second, Eric. Jill's new husband is really all that well connected? I had no idea at all.
He is huge in a lot of the business circles that your dad was trying to make headway into with his campaign, and now you've gone and blown all that up.
But this doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, how does this have anything to do with my dad? If I did know about this guy, then he would have warned me about him.
Oh, come on, Jill. You think that your dad was going to figure out who you were talking about? Anytime you were talking about Eric to your dad, you only described him as a factory worker. You didn't give any hint at all who it was that Jill was really going to marry. But then again, you only saw the way he dressed and you judged him just for that? Oh man, you've really blown this whole thing up for all of us. Your dad said that he was going to get me connected as well. Now there's a bunch of stuff posted online all about how the daughter of a senator, your father, ruined a wedding.
But it just happened. You mean that someone in the wedding was posting about what happened? Oh, please tell me that it's not gone viral already.
And just who did this? I want names. Tell me who's responsible for this and I'll make them pay. They won't get away with this.
It's way too late for that. What is done. And now everyone knows about the egg incident. I would check your phone right now because I am sure that you're getting a bunch of calls from your dad right now.
Okay, well, I'll just apologize. I'll go and find Eric and I'll tell him all about how sorry I am for what I've done. Please, everyone has to know that it was just a friendly little prank, right?
I can't talk to you anymore. I have to deal with a lot right now. Here's my sister back.
It sounds to me like you've caused quite a bit of trouble for everyone, Maria, especially your father. Don't you know that his reputation was all that he had?
But what am I going to do? It sounds like my dad is really, really mad at me. I didn't mean for things to go like this.
Well, you should have thought about that a long, long time ago. But anyways, I'd get ready if I were you.
Ready? Ready for what are you talking about?
Well, you don't think that we were just going to let you get away with this, did you? No, you're going to pay for what you've done.
But I didn't mean to. It was just a harmless prank. There's no need to take this thing too far.
I think you have much more pressing things to worry about than trying to cry your way out of this. Anyways, you'll be hearing from our lawyers soon. After that, Maria tracked Eric and I down as soon as she could. She got on her knees, clasped her hands together, and begged for forgiveness for what she had done. But we weren't one bit interested in her desperate apology. We said we weren't going to lift even a single finger to help her, and that we would let her own actions skewer her on the court of public opinion. Even after all that had happened, Eric and I were still able to get married to each other without any further incident. My brother ended up divorcing Maria after he saw just how horribly she was treating Eric and I. He apologized to us both profusely. Apparently, Jeremy had offered him a political career and anything else he could have wanted. Mike said that he was blinded by his own ambition, and it prevented him from seeing what should have really mattered to him. While we're still working on our relationship with him, Eric and I at least felt that he gave a genuine apology. Mike has been working on improving himself ever since. Meanwhile, Maria's father's political career ground to a halt. First, for the incident that Maria caused, but the added press revealed several cases of bribery that ultimately landed him in deep legal trouble. He ended up tens of thousands of dollars in debt because of his legal troubles and just barely managed to avoid having to serve jail time. Maria, however, was counting on her father to bail her out of any and all trouble when her actions were spread all over the internet. Involved in his own troubles, however, Jeremy had no money or power to be able to provide anything for his daughter. Now, the two of them have moved in together into a tiny apartment. They both work low-paying menial jobs and barely make enough to make ends meet. I wonder if they even realize they're the kinds of people they used to look down on now. But Eric and I don't like to look down on those less fortunate than us, so when he heard that Maria and her father had been justly punished, we never spoke of them again. Instead, we've been enjoying the married life and each other's company to the fullest. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Well, hello there, big sister. I just want to thank you so much for that really dramatic experience today. I was so glad to witness your reaction to it all. Polly, what the heck are you trying to do to me? What's your deal, huh? Why must you be like this? Do you have any idea what you've done? Of course I know. I'm not that stupid. It was just all so funny to me. Let's relive it, shall we? When Clark and my dear sister said their vows at the chapel, he turned around and said to you that he's sorry that he's found someone else that he loves with all his heart. Then he ran up to me, of all people, who was in the guest room, and then proposed to me. I was stunned, but I knew something like that would happen. Then we ran off together.
You know, I really do want to apologize to you, Jenna. Since I stole your fiancé and everything from you, you both hadn't exchanged your vows yet, so it's okay, yeah. That's not the point at all. You still both did what you did on my wedding day. The day I'm supposed to celebrate my love for Clark, and you both have ruined it. Where are you right now? Okay, at least we didn't wait until after you both got married to run off together. You should be more grateful. Also, is there much point in telling you where I am? Both Mom and Dad had no choice but to say their utmost apologies to all the guests in the room when all of this went down. They found it so difficult. They were stunned. I still can't quite believe what you've done, Polly. How can you do this to me, your own sister? Why weren't you both honest with me about your feelings? There was no way I was going to tell you. You wouldn't let me be with him otherwise. It was all so funny. I definitely remember the look on your face when Clark left with me. It was so hilarious, and I think one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my life. I do wonder if anyone took pictures during those moments. I'd love to see them. I don't get why you'd both go to all this trouble to ruin everything. If you two were both in love with each other before, he should have just broken up with me. I don't understand why you both went to the lengths that you did to make me feel so terrible. Why would you bother to do something like this to me, Polly? It's because I wanted to experience something like a romantic drama show for at least once in my boring life. It gave me so much of a rush. I was just so excited to watch it all unfold right in front of my eyes. He actually chose me over my stupid older sister. I actually get what I want this time. Well, since you're the sister who's ugly and unattractive in every way, it's only natural that the groom dumped you at the altar, yeah? There's nothing special about you. It's so lame that you didn't even realize that your own fiancé lost interest in you. Like, how did you see it coming is what I'm wondering. How dare you say that sort of thing to me, your own sister? I'm so finished with you as a person. Your behavior has gone beyond the level of horrible. I can't take this anymore. Oh, boo-hoo, Jenna. Stop whining so much. Not everyone can get what they want in life. This all sounds so pathetic coming from someone who just got dumped. Now that we were able to run off together with each other, Clark and I will continue to live together like this. Say hello to our mother and his mother for me. Thank you, my dear sister, for the best day ever.
Hi, Jenna. I was just messaging you to ask if you're okay. It's all right if you want to come over to our house today. We really don't mind if you want to be here instead.
Oh, hi, Dad. I'm sorry that I was so careless about what was truly going on. I feel so dumb and stupid. It's okay. I think maybe I just want to be on my own.
Really? You're actually okay with all that happened? Are you sure? On an important day like this, and what Clark did to you? There's nothing more embarrassing than this as a parent. I'm so sorry, dear.
Dad, there's really nothing for you to apologize for, considering you're not the one who did anything wrong. It seems like Clark hated me from the start. Well, I guess I started to lose control of myself and how I wanted things done when I moved to Washington, D.C. for university. I don't know how I didn't see this coming.
I guess I understand that, but this is not all your fault, Jenna. You've always been so patient as the older sister, and Polly has done you wrong. I don't get why you're both so different. I thought that your mother and I practically raised you both the same way. I just don't understand what went wrong. Did we do a bad job of raising Polly?
Oh, Dad, I know it's hard right now, but you shouldn't think that way. She's been trouble for you both for a while now. You know, if Polly wanted to marry Clark soon, she'll definitely send invitations to all of us so that she can rub it in all of our faces. Just thinking about it has made me feel so depressed, Dad.
You know what, my dear? Everything's gonna be okay, and I'll make sure of it. If that's to happen like you say it might, then the whole family will attend.
Hold on a second, Dad. What did you just say? Are you being serious right now? You would actually go to her wedding if the invitations were sent to you?
Well, yes, that's what I would do. So then I can let everyone know how terrible Polly and that disgusting man are for ruining your relationship and making us feel terrible.
Oh, Dad, you're a bit silly sometimes. What the heck? But I can kind of see what you're getting at. But I do thank you for your words. It's helped me feel a bit better.
Well, they did my daughter wrong, and you definitely shouldn't have to put up with how they've treated you. Especially Polly. You've been such a good sister, so I don't know why she's turned around and done this. Anyway, if you hear anything from Polly again, you let me know right away and we can deal with all of this together. Even though Polly's my daughter too, I've got no intention of forgiving her.
Okay, Dad, I understand. I'll let you know if she ends up contacting me. Thank you for helping me through all of this. It means a lot. I don't know what I'd do without my family beside me. I'm really glad that I'm so close with you and Mom. You're my biggest supporters, and I really hope that I can make this all up to you someday. Hello, is anybody home? Hi there, my dear older sister. It's been a while since we've talked. I was just checking in to see how things are going. Wow, am I having a nightmare right now? Should I pinch myself to make sure? Well, I guess I'm not. Is that you, Polly? Why the heck are you talking to me? Of course it's me, Jenna. It's my older sister's hotter, cuter, and more intelligent younger sister here. I thought I'd message you since it's been like 3 months since your failed wedding. Oh, great. It's you. Just the person I really wanted to talk to right now. That was sarcasm, by the way, if you didn't detect it. Must you really bother me at this time? Actually, you know what? It's good that you did, because I've got something to talk to you about. Do you not remember me asking you the other day to pay me my compensation? I suppose that was mentioned, yes, but don't you realize that I'm going to be marrying Clark really soon? I want my own home, and I can't afford to waste money on you. I should have known that you'd say something like that to me, since you don't care about anyone but yourself. But are you kidding me right now? How is it a waste when you owe me? No. I really don't think we're on the same page here. You really don't understand anything I tell you, do you? You're really dumb sometimes. Don't you realize that you're single now? You can spend all the money that you want on anything, yeah? I don't need to give you any of my money. You're just making this really hard on yourself, Polly. Did you really just contact me to say awful things to me? How could you when I've been nothing but nice to you in your entire life? Oh, come on now. There's really no need to be like that. I'm planning on sending out wedding invitations to people, and of course, you won't be left out. Also, I tried getting in contact with Mom and Dad about it, but I've gotten no response to the phone calls and messages I've sent them. Why can't you all just work with me here? I'm having my wedding ceremony really soon, so I want my loser sister to come and celebrate my nuptials with me. Is that so much to ask, Jenna? I'm sure you also want to celebrate as well. Of course, you want to see how happy the person that you used to love is now, right? It'll be great. Wow, you honestly can't think about anyone but yourself, can you? Do you have any idea how awkward and awful this will be for me? You're the one that screwed me over. Do you really think I want to celebrate the coming together of two people that were once closest to me and ended up betraying me? Is this some sort of a joke to you? Must you act so stubborn? Like, again, you've always been like this. Also, your address hasn't changed, has it? It's still the same place you live in? I'll send you a super duper cute invitation, my dear older sister, okay? Come on, this will be my last request to you. Just please come and celebrate my love for Clark. We're family, after all. Well, unfortunately, you're right about us being family part. I guess you are my younger sister, and I should see you walk down the aisle. It'll be your special day after all, no matter who you're getting married to, I suppose. I guess I'll make sure that our entire family goes to your wedding ceremony. Yay! Oh my God! I really thought that it would take a lot of convincing, so I'm glad you've caved in and are going to attend. We'll have a blast, I promise. Also, I better tell you now so that everyone can prepare themselves. The gift that you give to both of us should be nothing less than $1,000. I feel like that's a reasonable price for a couple who's getting married and wants to enjoy the luxuries of life. Also, don't forget to dress up really nice. Wait a second, Jenna. What the heck are you playing at? It's supposed to be my special wedding day, so don't you dare let it get ruined, all right? I was so happy that not only did my sister come to the venue, but also that my parents are making such a huge effort to come here today. Well, it's not just us that are coming to the wedding ceremony as guests, Polly. You do know that also Clark's parents are coming to this wedding too, yeah? What the heck are you talking about, Jenna? That's not true at all. Why did his parents, who disowned him, come here for? What's their deal, huh? They were obviously at your wedding a few months ago, so they know what's going on in terms of what happened. How could they show up here? Don't you know, Polly? That's obviously why I invited them, so that they could actually see their son get married. A wedding without the families on both sides would be kind of lonely, no? No way this is happening right now. I don't really want them to come to the ceremony. I was hoping to gather more friends than family for this. This is all your stupid fault, sister. Because you and the rest of this stupid family made other people misunderstand the situation. They probably think I'm marrying a man I had an affair with. Well, there are a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to this entire situation, but think about it. There's nothing wrong with just having family at a wedding. But you realize that I'm a lot smarter than you, right? I know exactly what you're trying to do here. There's a right way to say what's actually happened. I am not the bad guy here. Says the woman who took my fiancé from me and ruined my wedding. Yeah, sure, Polly. No matter how you look at it, you're the villain in all of this. All that I'm doing right now is telling the truth, like I've always done throughout our lives, while you continue lying, Polly. Also, I took pictures of the wedding ceremony. When you think about it, Clark got married twice in 3 months to 2 different women who happen to be related. That's the reality of it all, and you're for sure the bad guy. And all because of you, my seniors at my university were shocked to hear what happened and basically got up and left the venue. You spoiled everything. And you thought that it would be good to continue on with your little plan, and then everyone started to stand up and leave? The ceremony hadn't even started yet. I haven't even received any wedding congratulatory gifts. I've missed out on so much because of you. We were planning to have a big party, but now we're running out of money. Well, the hall that the ceremony was going to be held in was certainly magnificent, Polly. I was surprised to see it when I arrived. You need to take responsibility for ruining my wedding. This is unbelievable. It was supposed to be the best day ever, and you've turned it into a bomb. I want compensation for this, as we've wasted our time and money. You should be paying 10 times what I asked for as a gift. At least give us $10,000, and maybe then I'll forgive you. Also, on top of that compensation that I asked for, I still want a gift that costs at least $1,000. Actually, just give me $1,000 on top of the compensation. There is absolutely no way that I'm going to give you anything when you're the one who ruined my wedding in the first place. I'm not going to give you a handout, Polly. What the heck did you just say to me? You're telling me that it's okay to hit back at someone who did something really small to you? You're so immature, Jenna. I'm nowhere near as immature as you are, Polly. You're the one who betrayed me and didn't care about the consequences at all. I've not received any compensation from you. You were having an affair with my man behind my back, and you found it so funny, didn't you? You knew what you were doing, and you didn't care how I felt. You cheated and you eloped with my husband. You ran away and you need to admit that to others and to yourself. Let's just stop messing about and running away and just talk about it, okay? You both are in a really good position so that I'm able to control more what's going on and I'm able to throw stones right at you. What have I got to lose? So basically, what you're doing to me right now is revenge, Jenna. Don't you know how shady that is? Don't you think it's your fault that you didn't notice you were being cheated on in the first place? What the heck are you even talking about, Polly? Why would I think that when I had no idea what was going on in the first place? I wasn't the one who was disloyal. I don't think so. Well, I guess you haven't heard this very often, so I might as well tell you. This is exactly what happens when you're an ugly and gloomy person. You were holding Clark back from a happy life. Clark is such a kind and loving person, so he just put up with what you would say and do all the time. It must have been so hard to have your whole life tied down by a woman like you. But then he finally met me, his savior from his horrible relationship with you. He was able to finally be true to his heart and fall in love with one of the best people, me. Savior? What a stupid joke. I'm surprised at how strong your views are in all of this. It's almost funny. It's such crap, Polly. You're absolutely delusional. Actually, do you know what I did today? I asked your friend about what you were both doing, and I found out where you guys have been hiding. Excuse me? What the heck did you just say to me? You went to my friend and started searching for us? What is wrong with you, you stalker? Are you kidding me right now? Did you really think I wouldn't find out because you didn't write it on the invitation? Of course I was going to go and find out where you both were living. Now that I know, I can serve the documents that are going to get the compensation I deserve from you. I'll be requesting it through my lawyer. Are you kidding me? You're literally the worst person in the universe. You're such a cow to me. I get what you're doing. You threatened Mom and Dad to cooperate with you, so everyone turns against me. You have always known that I've been the favorite, so this is the way you're trying to take me down, isn't it? They're both kind to me, so I'll contact them about what you're trying to do. If you really think that, Polly, that's on you. I'm asking for the compensation because of how wrong your actions were. You ruined my wedding, but yeah, do as you please. Hey, Dad, Walter, Daddy, are you there? I really need to speak with you right now. It's urgent and this can't be ignored. You do know that my wedding has been ruined now, right? How nasty of all of you to do something so horrible to me. How dare you tell everyone what happened at the last wedding, but I understand your position. Jenna was threatening you, right? I guess it'll all be fine soon enough. I'll claim all the compensation that I've asked of her, and she'll end up paying for the wedding as well. I'm a good girl, and I think you know that, Dad.
Wow, you really know nothing about what's going on, do you, Polly? If you did, you'd understand how sad it was for me and your mother to act the way we did.
Wait a minute. What did you just say, Dad? I'm really confused as to what you're talking about. How can this be sad when it was supposed to be a happy day for me?
You really don't get what you've done to us as a family, Polly. About Jenna's wedding, your mother and I were really looking forward to it. You getting married would have been a very joyous occasion if what you did by taking Clark away from your sister didn't happen, but me telling you this is no use since you never listened to anyone.
But, Daddy, it was still my wedding day and none of those things should have happened to me. You're not seriously angry at me, are you? You can't be mad at your youngest daughter.
But of course I am, you stupid and horrible woman. I was honestly surprised that you even invited Jenna to your wedding. But I bet you just wanted to rub everything in her face, didn't you? What makes this whole thing worse is that your mother and I blame ourselves for raising you wrong. But to be honest, I can't make excuses for what you did anymore.
Are you seriously kidding me right now, Dad? You're seriously taking Jenna's side in all of this, are you? She is nothing but a depressed wimp who hasn't done much with her life. It's been like that since we were kids. You've always taken her side, and I was so sick of it, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. Is Jenna more important than me or something? You were the most annoying father on the planet, Walter. You were always nagging at me to study more, go to bed early, and tidy up. Why did you never say anything like that to Jenna, huh?
Of course I had to bug you like that because nothing got done if I didn't. Jenna would finish what she's doing before I would even have to tell her to do something. She would literally finish her summer vacation homework before the end of July came around. She'd always go to bed on time, and she kept her promises to do things around the house. I wouldn't have had to scold you if you just did things properly. From a very young age, you always did what you wanted to do and never listened to anybody at all, especially me and your mother. You didn't do your homework most of the time, and you threw it away in the trash, and you'd play games instead of studying. On top of that, you stole money from my wallet and your mother's too.
Excuse me? Did you seriously notice those things that I was doing? I thought that neither of you were even looking at me when I snuck up to your room to get money out of your wallets.
Of course I noticed. You weren't very subtle at all. You did it on multiple occasions. I wanted you to realize the mistakes that you'd made, but I guess you didn't. I also sent you off to college because you insisted that you turned things around with your studies and that you were going to be studious. I also sent you money as well. But of course all of that was a lie, wasn't it, Polly? You ended up dropping out of school because you thought it was too hard when you hardly studied. Then you just started part-time work. I wouldn't be surprised if you were unemployed now. You've kept on disappointing us over and over again. And it's getting to the point that every member in this family is really sick of your behavior.
Oh, come on, Dad. You've got to lighten up when it comes to these things. I just wanted to try something that you can only experience while you're young.
And you think that infidelity was the best choice you could make while you were still young? Are you kidding me with this crap right now, Polly? You've lost the plot completely, Missy. What made you think that interfering with the happiness of your sister who works hard was gonna make things better for you, huh? Do you think that you've had a hard life because of her? Even when we were talking about what you did to her a little while ago, she said that she's okay. I couldn't believe how much she's endured because of you. Even when the both of you were in high school, her boyfriend got stolen away, and that was also because of you too. She didn't even retaliate. Are you jealous of her or something?
I'm not jealous of her at all. I never wanted to have a sister like her around anyway. I bet the reason why she never got back at me for those things was because she was scared of me.
Have you thought that maybe she's just a kind person and doesn't want to always get back at people? And how dare you talk about not wanting a sister? She saved you from many consequences over the years, and this is how you repay her for it? Do you know how messed up you've made things because of your poor and disgusting behavior? You know, Polly, no, you're wrong. I've told you many times as to why she'd never fight back with you. She just wants to forget everything and move on. But then she feels so miserable afterwards.
I don't know why everyone always pities her so much. It's actually pathetic. It's all just some made-up story to make her sound like an angel. I don't believe any of it. It's so annoying when someone acts like such a good person. It's so fake-looking, and no one in the world is like that anyways. She's a complete and utter hypocrite. The truth is, she's just got a really miserable and crappy personality. Just now she was nagging at me about money. She was being super persistent about me paying her compensation for her wedding. I couldn't believe what she's telling me, considering it wasn't my fault that her husband chose to be with me instead of her. I'm the one who should be getting paid compensation for my wedding being ruined.
What the heck are you even talking about, you spoiled little brat? It takes two to tango, and that's what you did. You have an affair with a practically married man and brainwash him to run away with you? You made him elope, didn't you? I should have known that you'd try and do something like this to Jenna in the future, just from the way that you two didn't get along as kids. No, you should be the one apologizing to Jenna for what you did and pay her for committing adultery and stealing her man away. But then, doing that alone doesn't mean you're forgiven.
So you're just going to take my sister's side again in all of this? Don't you think that Clark wanted to be with the more fun and entertaining sister? Would you please just stop this madness already? Don't you realize that Jenna is more likely to be the kind of person to ruin a wedding than me?
If you really must know what's actually happening right now, I'll tell you. It wasn't your sister's idea to say what you did at the wedding in the first place. It was me. I was the one who suggested we all gather together, go to your wedding, and confess to everyone there that it was all your fault that you stole Clark away from Jenna.
Excuse me? Rewind and freeze for a minute because I literally can't comprehend what you just said to me. What the heck did you do, Dad?
How many times do I need to make it plain and simple to you, Polly? I was the one who persuaded Clark's parents to come to the ceremony. I offered this opportunity to Jenna to say what she needed to say.
Are you seriously kidding me? You set this up so that the wedding wouldn't happen and that it would make people leave? How could you do this to your own daughter?
Of course I set this all up, but do you have any idea why I did this, Polly? It's because you need to take responsibility for what you've done to your sister and to our family. You know what, Polly? I've got no intention of forgiving you for any of this. I hope that you think over how bad it is that a parent has to sever the bond they have with their child.
No way. You can't just do this to me. You can't just cut me off from this family. Please don't do this. Just having to pay for today's ceremony that hardly happened is too much work for me. Even though it might cost about $30,000, I need some assistance in paying that off. Can you just help me out with that, please, Dad? That's all I'm asking right now.
Don't be ridiculous. What makes you think that I'm going to help you financially, Polly? If you've gone and overdone it on a wedding venue, then it's on you to pay for it. What you need to do in solving most of your so-called issues right now is for you to go out there, find a decent job, and work to pay it all back. It's only fair that you do that so that things actually turn out okay for you from now on. You need to be the one that helps yourself in these situations. Also, don't you have a man to help you out now?
But that's impossible. I really can't do any of those things. I don't think anyone would really hire me, and I also get so anxious when it comes to starting a new job. I've never worked at the same place for more than 3 months. For the industry I've been in, I think I've almost gone through all the companies in town.
And whose fault is that, Polly? You can't blame anyone but yourself for all those jobs that you've gone through. This'll be a good opportunity for you to turn over a new leaf. And also to all those friends that came up congratulating you without knowing anything, you need to let them know what you've done. All that we wanted to do is let people know the true story of how you and Clark actually met. That's all. I really don't blame them for leaving. Those friends now probably won't be your friends anymore because of that. But you need to thank them for the gifts. The things that they gave you have come out of their hard-working wages.
Oh, come on, Dad. Stop being like this towards me. I'll leave both you and Mom alone after I get money off you to help me pay for the venue. Please, just do this one thing.
I'm not helping you with anything ever again. Your mother and I want nothing to do with you anymore, and neither does Jenna. You really need to rethink how your life is gonna be. You really need to reconsider your behavior once again. We're all done with you and we're cutting you off. Don't you dare contact us ever again. Also, pay the compensation to your sister.
Wait, No, this can't be happening right now. Dad, please don't do this. Wait just a minute, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for anything like this to happen.
Yeah, well, you need us more than we need you, Polly. You'll be hearing from Jenna's lawyer soon enough, so I'd prepare yourself for that. Goodbye, Polly.
Please, I need my family. No, Daddy, don't do this to me. Don't go, don't leave me. I need your help. Please, help me pay for my bills. I don't have enough money. I need you and Mom. As Jenna and her family expected, Clark and Polly had borrowed a few $100,000 from the bank to buy a luxury car and to book an extravagant wedding venue. Furthermore, Clark and Polly were given no choice but to pay back compensation to Jenna for what they did to her. They betrayed her and had an affair behind her back. Polly seems to have decided to work, even though she was very reluctant in doing that. However, she knew that if she didn't go to work, her lifestyle would start to spiral down the drain. But even if she was hired to be a part-time worker, it seems that she would hardly continue doing the job as she would get bored. She also couldn't bear being in poverty, so she ended up borrowing money from a super dodgy loan shark. When Clark realized what Polly was doing, he immediately threatened her with a divorce as he didn't want to be in any more debt. He ended up disappearing shortly afterwards. Polly was left behind and is constantly being chased by some really dodgy characters. She's always on the edge and feeling scared. Good thing that she lives right next to a police station, so if she runs into them, she can turn them in. Good luck to her in doing that because she's in a huge debt hole. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.